just thought I'd make a short film about this little lot. Until very recently, extremely recently, anything that I've needed cleaning up, sort of shot blasting and even powder coating if I wanted it, has been a bit of a problem in that anything that I might want to have treated would have to be either delivered in person a fair distance or entrusted to a courier or whatever. But now we got somebody who's a friend of mine who's only a few miles down the road, and he's doing this sort of thing. So I thought I'd take a few things to him that needed doing and see how he got on. And I've got to say, I'm very, very pleased indeed. These are the cylinder heads and barrels off the Royal Enfield Constellation that I was working on, that's been on stop while I've been waiting for this to be dealt with, which it now has. And I'm hoping, if all's gone to plan, that I've closed off all the sort of various vulnerable openings, and I'm hoping that the things like the valves and the rockers and so on should have all been unharmed, and it should just be a matter of checking over quickly, removing the various blanks that I've fitted, and put the heads back on the engine. As you can see, I asked him and he understood not to sort of blast into the combustion chambers and directly at the valves and so on, so all should be well there. I got the pushrod tunnels closed off with these bolts that actually just sort of screwed into them quite easily. I made blanking plates up for the inlet ports and I blanked the exhaust ports off. The oilways into the rockers I screwed studs in to blank them off, so I'm pretty confident everything there is going to be alright. And don't they look brilliant? These did actually look rather sort of poor, and between them and the cylinder barrels, they actually let the restored bike down a bit because it was restored cosmetically. The engine is the one that's been a good runner but had an oil leak, and I'm hoping that I've done the necessary to bring that under control. And then here we've got a set of BSA A65 cylinder barrels. They're for an engine I'm building up to sort of replace a blown up one, which obviously uses some parts from the original blown up one, but with replacement crankcases and a few other bits and pieces. And the crankcases, I managed to clean them up pretty respectable. The donor engine looked like it had been fished from a canal, and these cylinder barrels looked absolutely awful, all sort of filled in between the fins with all sorts of rust and goo and crap, and the black was peeling off them. So I had them rebored, and then I sent them down to this guy who blasted them, and he's painted them with heat resistant black. I'm not worried about the light, very, very light surface rust there. That's just from after he washed things out. A quick wipe around there with an oily rag will sort that out, so I'm not worried about that at all. But this little lot here suggests that there's a whole new world of possibilities opening up here at Performance Classics, and should he wish to, when he gets more established, want a name mentioning or contact details or anything forwarding, I'll be happy to do that. But for now, he's just set up, and he's happy to do things for me, and I'm happy with what he's done. And I thought that it very much warranted a short video, because I'm very, very pleased with that, and it means that, like I say, it opens up a whole new world of possibilities for me here with my work as well. So onward and upwards for both of us, I hope.